So phase 1 was getting the trunk electrical system all set up. Phase 2 was mounting the tank and getting all the lines set up. Now in phase 3, we're gonna go ahead and install the bags on this thing. First things first, we definitely gotta get the car in the air. As you can see, the quick jack aided us with that. I am gonna lift it up a little bit higher. So go ahead and hit that little magic button, baby. And that's all I gotta do, and this thing is going airborne. Drop it on the safety locks. Now we got the hood popped. Pop the hood. It has the air struts on there. We got this big 392 up in this baby. Look at this. This thing is huge, guys. Look how massive this thing is. The thing I don't like about how massive this thing is, though, is the fact that it's just so tall. It's such a tall engine. Like, look, I mean, look how tall this thing is. You look at a 302 and you look at a LS series engine, and they just aren't like this tall. This thing is like huge, but it produces a whole lot of horsepower. So, I mean, I cannot be mad at that at all. This thing moves too. I mean, it's pretty quick for the size that it is. And I think this thing weighs about 4,500 pounds, and a Challenger weighs, I think, 4,300 pounds. So with the girth of this thing, it's pretty stout, pretty quick, and it's a nice vehicle to have on the street. All right, enough about this huge engine. What we're gonna do now is take these tires off on all four. We are also gonna pop these caps off right here. They're just caps, so they pop right off. Then we'll get to installing this kit. So to install the bags on the front of your car, you don't need this right here. This is optional. I use this just to increase my productivity. You don't need that right there at all. Again, I use it to increase my productivity, and you don't need this right here. What you will need is a Dremel. You'll need an 18 millimeter. You'll need an extension. You'll need a 13 millimeter. You'll need a 21 millimeter, a 19 millimeter impact, 21 millimeter impact, and a 22 millimeter. You'll need a ball joint. Damn, I can't even think of it right now. But there's a ball joint separator. You'll also need a hammer. You'll need a 15 millimeter, and you'll need a 21 millimeter. These should be all the tools that you're gonna need to take apart the front suspension on the vehicle. I like to keep my hands clean since I'm a nurse now. We got big Milwaukee vibes right here. We got big 4-piston calipers on here. The wide body actually comes with 6-piston calipers on the Scatpack. But 4-piston is nice to have. I mean, this is still a huge brake system. Also, the wide body Scatpack comes with 2-piece rotors. These are 1-piece rotors right here on this model. That's just a few slight differences between the wide body and the narrow body, our stock body, Charger and Challenger. Okay. My guy said the caliper is huge. The funny thing is, he's kind of right.
4 pistons, bro.
The caliper is huge as hell, but the actual brake pad
is the same size as every fucking other car.
Yeah, the brake pad's small, dude.
Yeah, it's just for the looks.
The looks, yeah, the looks of it is huge. That's a huge caliper.
And you need more stopping
force.
force.
It's so funny.
That's why there's 4 pistons, because you need more stopping force.
It actually equalizes the pressure up on the pads.
Oh.
But yeah, dude, it's so funny. Look how much that isn't brakes. Literally top to bottom. So
yeah,
you have about.
Give me a sec.
I don't know. Let's you know what? Let's actually measure this real quick. What we have here is a 12-inch caliper. Let's see how much of this is actually brake pads. So right here we have 6 inches of this 12 is brake pads. So the other 6 inches of this is literally kind of for show. I don't now that it's all measured out and everything, I don't know how I feel about that. So but the cool thing honestly is if it can dissipate heat a little bit better, maybe, but man, 12 inches and 6 of that inches of show, that's like putting a bulge in your pants, but ain't nothing really there. Who is that? Zohan? That nigga said the bush is the bush, the bush. That's how I feel about that. It's just the bush, the bush. So the package looks nice, but I don't know, man. You gotta do a little bit better than that. That's kind of disappointing. Hey, it looks cool though. It does look cool. I do give it that. But the dope shit is, again, if you go wide body, then you have a 6-piston, and the 6-piston brakes are bigger than these ones. So get the wide body. I always get the car in the air evenly. So you want, basically what I'm saying is, if you're messing with the front suspension, put the front of the car in the air. You're messing with the rear suspension, put the rear of the car in the air, both sides. Because if one wheel's still on the ground, it puts tension on the sway bar, and when there's tension on the sway bar, it makes it so much harder to get bolts and screws and whatever the hell loose. So get both, get the front of the car up. Now what we are going to do is place a 21mm on the sway bar end link, and for the bottom of the strut is an 18mm. We are going to remove the 21mm first. Big Milwaukee impact. We got that nice and loose. Oh, my 18mm is rolling away, and it is gone. Look at it. All the way to the other side. Ready for the job before it started. We're gonna switch to the 3/8 impact because it's quicker. And that is out now. Sway bar end link is out. Now we're gonna jump down here and remove the strut. Now all we're gonna do is do the same exact thing to the other side. You know what I just noticed that's pretty cool? Look at this big ass brake vent. This thing is huge. Look, my whole hand fits in there. Look at that. That's a huge ass vent. That's nice. Now that we have all this disconnected, we're gonna move up top and remove these on both sides. These up top are gonna be a 13mm. On that last one, make sure you grab it down here because you don't want this thing to drop and rip a brake line or electrical pad sensor line, if that's even on this car. But just secure it before you let it drop. That's actually secured. Now we're gonna do the same thing on this side. So when we get ready to pull this strut out, the instructions say we can disconnect right here, which to me, honestly, I find it kind of harder to get an impact wrench or a ratchet or whatever in this area. So instead of doing that area, what I'm gonna do is disconnect it right here with an 18mm, and then I'll be able to push this up and then swing the strut out of location from the top. But the instructions does say that you can disconnect this bottom one right here, but again, look at how tight everything is, and I'm not gonna do that personally. I'm just gonna go ahead and get it from the top. All right, so that is loose. Now we can push down right here, and the strut is out. That's pretty much it. Now that we have the factory struts cleared, we have to trim these right here because these will make contact with the bags. So we want to go ahead and trim them all the way back to here. So we're going to use the Dremel to trim these out. All right, we have both pieces dremeled out. That should clear the bag, and this side dremeled out. So we have our bags right here. We're going to install the Airline on it now because this is going to go to the back side, and it might be hard to attach the Airline with this on the car. So we're just going to do it now. Whoever installed this must have been mad as shit, dude. This shit will not loosen up. Already hit it hella times, look. Fuck. Damn. Alright. Now we're gonna install the bag the same way we took it off, which is putting it in the bottom first. After we put it in the bottom, it doesn't clear right here. So we'll have to push up on that A-arm. After we push up on that A-arm, we're gonna go ahead, bring it up top, and we're gonna install the screws up top. These almost look like it should have a washer, so after we do the install, I honestly might just put a washer on here. That way it has better contact, because I don't like how it's leaving these gaps right there. So I'll install a washer, but for now, to get this in place and get our bottom installed, we're just gonna go ahead and leave it like that. From here, we'll align it right here. Everything is installed now. We are going to lock in these sway bars right here. I'm gonna put the A-arm back in. All right guys, so we got everything installed on the front. That's pretty much going to conclude this video. We are going to run the Airlines from the bag through this cable loom through here, and then we'll disconnect this right here, and we'll run the Airlines on the side right here to keep it away from the heat, and it'll be all tucked up away from any scraping or road debris, so he won't pop a bag while he's driving. I would hook the bags up right now, but I can't. This kit that he bought came with 3/8 lines, and the fittings that the bags came with are 1/4 inch lines. So on that note, I won't be able to hook these bags up today. I'm gonna have to drive out of town to get some push connect fittings, the proper ones. That way I can run the lines from the manifold to the bags. These are the lines right here that actually came with the airbags. And as you can see, they say, I don't know if you can see if this GoPro is actually gonna focus on it, but they're a quarter, and this is a 3/8 line right here. And there's just no way that that's fitting in there. So I need to go get these same exact fittings, but I will be getting them in 3/8. So I wish I could hook the bags up for you, but I cannot. So that's gonna end the install portion of the front of this vehicle. This is Dylan with Diverse Forward Research. Please like, follow, comment, subscribe. Trust me, just do it. Do it for me. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And I know it's boring. Again, it's just it's an install, so it's informational, so it is boring, but maybe this can help someone out or help someone understand how bags work on their vehicle. This is Dylan with Diverse Forward Research and Built to Drive Media. I'm tired as hell. I'm signing out, guys. Peace.